What's up YouTube, Gemini Johnny back again with day 23 of TikToktober, where I'm taking you through the weirdest, creepiest, and most unexplained TikToks every single day for the month of October. So if you're new here, that's right. You can join me every day at 4:15 p.m. PST for the premiere of a brand new video or a live stream. If you've missed the last couple days of live streaming creepy TikToks, they're in the playlist under day 21 and 22, and they're also on my live streams playlist on my channel, which has all of my past live streams if you're curious. Alright, I think I've talked enough, so without further ado, let's jump right in.
Here's some creepy trail cam photos for your 3 a.m. scrolling. This photo was taken on a trail cam in Wisconsin last year. The OP said out of 200 photos that were taken, it was the only one like this. He said his uncle had trail cams set up because he was building a cabin in the woods. And this is the only photo like this. The rest were just the outside. It looks like several people, one wearing some sort of bodysuit and others in dresses. I think the creepiest part about this is the uncle actually lives in the cabin that was built there. This one's actually really creepy because it was taken in the middle of the day, in the middle of the woods in Canada. You don't really see it until you zoom in on it. And when you zoom in on it, you can't unsee it. It's hard to make out, but it looks like some sort of human, barely visible in the tree line. Now, it could easily be pareidolia. The original poster said there is a lot of paranormal activity in these woods. But what do you guys think? Pareidolia? Or what is this?
Well, this one could potentially be pareidolia, but this is not pareidolia, bro. What is that? Is this the... Did she say, is this the same spot? No. It was distracted by the big red alien ship looking thing. Triangle mushroom kind of guy. That is weird. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it could be pareidolia. Kind of looks like, there's no, like, I want to say a Cartoon Network or Adult Swim character. I thought it was from Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but I tried to find it and I don't see anything. It reminds me, Skeletor? Is that what am I thinking of Skeletor? Oh, I think I am. I'm totally thinking of Skeletor. Tell me it doesn't kind of look like him running through the woods. I mean, I guess anything with a skeleton face would kind of look like that though, right? Yeah, this first thing with the... whatever the hell this is. Is this like just a gang of ghosts running around, showing themselves on trail cameras just to freak people out? A gang of ghosts is terrifying. Imagine if they start teaming up. Ugh.
Now, this last video was submitted to me by Hannah P, who caught something on camera that she can't seem to explain. It goes without saying, but what was captured has freaked her out to say the least. She had just finished eating dinner when suddenly she heard what sounded like a creaking noise coming from her staircase. No one else was home when this happened. As Hannah scrolls on her phone, this is captured.
Hello?
Why does she have this camera set up on the stairs? And why is her dog so damn loud? Well, that was kind of boring. Make it up for you. A rare... Okay, well, I'm trying. Come here. I know you don't like it. Oh. There, that's all I wanted. A rare cache sighting. He hates it. He wants down so bad. What's going on up here? You never see up here. Get out of here. Haunted Airbnb?
Dude, this Airbnb's haunted, man. I swear. Dude, watch this. And y'all tell me what y'all think this is upstairs, okay? Look. Oh, John. Hold on. Okay. What on earth? What kind of secret room is this? Wait, a light switch? What is the... What the... Wait a second. moly, dude. Y'all see? Dude, I swear something was, come on, man, come on. I swear something was right there. I'm not even joking, come on. Look, y'all pause that and watch that again. I'm about to watch it myself. I know for a fact I just saw something in there. Hey, babe, we got to go. Time to go. There's some up there in the little cross. All right, dude, get the stuff. We got to get out of here, man. Come on. Now, I'm just kidding, man. It's not haunted, dude. I don't think I saw anything, but I think I may have. We're going to have to go back up there. I said, no, just kidding, because my kid's getting scared. But yeah, we were hearing some weird noises coming from up there anyway, man. So it's kind of strange. Check out how nice his bathroom is, though. Look at this. Oh, dude.
There's your problem.
Dude.
Bro, everybody knows you don't put mirrors facing each other. It causes something like portal to open or some crap. Bro, Clark Payne. I'm going to comment on this right now and tell him, hey, mirrors facing each other opens up portals to stuff, allegedly. Shout out to Mr. Clark Payne. It's his name on TikTok. But yeah, problem solved, bro. Move the mirrors and then cleanse your home. Let's go. Did he see anything? I don't know. I didn't.
Holy moly, dude. Y'all see? Dude.
I mean, look, they put stuff in there, so they obviously know about it. I feel like this dude just either pulling a prank on his kid or trying to go viral on TikTok. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he posts like pretty normal stuff, a lot of like conspiracy type of stuff, and kind of like, I don't know, post some like family stuff. This, by the way, of course, I clicked on that because I had to see what that was all about. It's an ad for a shirt. Sorry to give it away. I mean, what I meant to say was go check out his page if you want to know what happens in that video. Anyway, I was smoking out in the balcony at 3:45 a.m. and this happened.
The following video comes from a woman out of Brighton, UK. She recorded this on July 20th of 2024, and it's truly trippy. She states she has not edited the footage. She's not sped it up. This is actually what she recorded. And keep in mind, it was about 3:45 in the morning, so there were no shows, no drones, no strobe lights, nothing like that. And in the area that she saw these lights in the sky was over the ocean. Take a look at this because it does look like it's a computer screen almost glitching out. Tell me what you think.
Looks like lasers being used on the clouds. Whoa. Oh, it says this part is not sped up on the bottom. Kept changing. It was so random. I mean, it definitely looks like some lasers or something. Then out of the blue, it just stopped. Definitely looks like some lasers or something being flashed onto the sky, but why? And why at 3:45 in the morning? I guess because you can see it at night, and maybe because there's probably going to be a lot less people that see it at 3:45 in the morning than if you did it at like 10 p.m. Very weird. This is from July 20th. I don't know what it was all about. You know what I think I just realized? I think I'm reading that date wrong. I think that's July 24th of 2020, which means I have an answer. There's an art installation. It's called Laser Light City. Their first show was in Brighton, UK in October of 2020. And once again, I feel like we had this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago with a video where there was an art installation. There was a show right before or right after the lights were supposedly seen. It could very well be that, you know, July 20th is the date of this, is roughly 3 months before October when they had their first show. Very well, which by the way, these are lasers installed on the top of like skyscrapers. It's not just lasers from the ground. So it's a pretty big, it's a big deal. It's not like just something somebody can throw up. So it's going to take a while to install and test and make sure it all works before you put on your first show. So my guess is that's what this was this Brighton Light Show. Now they've done other places like Leeds, Worthing. They've done a lot of places. They've done Brighton twice, actually. Yeah, twice. They did it again in March of 2022. And usually Paranormal Chick is pretty good about like making sure something's not just, you know, a light show or something. But maybe back then this information wasn't out there. Because this was, to be fair, this was the Laser Light City's first show, was Brighton, UK. But not until October. So I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Is it the sky glitching out, or is it just the laser light show that they had 3 months later?
Her daughter was fast asleep one night when something visits her. A man named Jorge uploaded a disturbing video where he explains that during the late hours of the night, through his baby's nanny cam, something horrifying is captured.
don't like that. Oh.
As the door closes, a dark mass can be seen approaching the crib and begins to loom over the baby.
Oh, it moved the bear. Or whatever. Dog, elephant. And bear pig. Black mass don't like stuffed animals? What the hell? Think you're big and strong throwing a teddy bear across the room?
Seems to move things around as if it's touching their daughter. After witnessing this unsettling moment, Jorge uploaded this onto his Facebook page, looking for answers.
That's a good idea. I should check Facebook for creepy videos. I should go find some creepy video Facebook groups. I bet they got some stuff I've never seen before. I do wonder, like, because I feel like most of the time, like, I find all these on TikTok, but where do these people find them? I guess just other places. I don't know. Well, this guy on Facebook, obviously. Don't be slamming doors, Ghost. How many times I gotta tell you? Don't be a dick, Ghost.
He was exploring an abandoned school in Japan when this happens. Late one night, while walking around a secluded area, Suda-chan noticed an abandoned school and decided to explore the building when something terrifying happens.
Is there anyone there? I'm afraid if there is. I'm afraid if there was one. Or maybe there is also. But earlier, something fell. This must be a lie. This is scary. This scares me. This is the hall. This might be the art room for school kids. The toilet really scared me. Want to try checking again? Let's see one more time. Maybe something fell from the toilet on the right. Maybe. Right means ladies' toilet. Can I enter the women's restroom? Who cares? Just come in. Excuse me. No one's here. There can't be anyone here. No one. There couldn't be. Let's go in the men's room. Locked or not. Okay, right, there's nothing else. It's so weird at this hour in a mountainous area. In this mountainous area, into this room. This must be a lie. Wait. I do not believe it. Did you guys just hear? I do not believe this. This is dangerous. Disgusting. Wait, I can't go in. I want to rest first. Break. Wait, I feel so scared.
A pair of footsteps come charging at him out of nowhere, and a sudden bang can be heard.
Yeah, I think I would leave too.
But there's no one there. Suda-chan believes the place was abandoned because it's haunted. But let me know what you think.
See, I feel like urban exploring would be a lot of fun. I would love to go explore abandoned places, but the problem with Los Angeles is the way our economy is set up. There's probably at least 10 to 15 people living in every abandoned building in LA. Like, I know there's an old asylum that is abandoned. There's an old sanatorium. It's kind of abandoned. I actually looked at their website today. I know you guys don't care, but there's a sanatorium there's a nonprofit group that maintains the grounds, but they don't do any tours and they keep security on premises. It's pretty much how it goes in LA. If a place is abandoned, it either has security or something worse in it. So definitely not a solo activity. But shout out to this guy for going in there and checking that out. I'd probably do it too until that happened. I'd be just like him. Yeah, I need a break.
In another creepy video posted by Kurt Harris, his family is visiting his grandmother in Chicago when his little cousin Daisy says something that is downright chilling.
That's the man come to see me tonight.
Who come to see you tonight?
The man.
What man? What man? Up here?
Uh-huh.
I don't eat that.
Little Daisy claims that the relative in an older photo on the wall visits her at night. Now, the only problem with that is, well, he did.
Uh-huh. I don't eat that.
In fact, the man in the photo passed away in 2005, over 14 years before little Daisy was even born.
I want you all to know I'm not proud of myself for how hard I laughed at that. But the creator didn't have to do that like that. But that's creepy. It's always weird when kids can know somebody they're not supposed to know. You know? I see. But, you know, what do they say? Is their grandpa? So, makes sense. He wants to meet his lineage, you know? Oh, they didn't actually say. They said the man passed away in 2005. So, yeah, I mean, probably just a, you know, relative or a cousin visiting her because he wants to meet his, you know, family member. Nothing weird about it. But also, maybe they're just always around us. And we're just in tune with it when we're a kid. Just a thought. Like, I see dead people, kid.
I wish I could be a pirate again.
You do?
Yeah.
When were you a pirate?
I was a long time ago when you weren't alive, and then I shrunk into a little kid. And I never could be a pirate again.
It's sad. She looks so sad about not being able to be a pirate. I mean, look, the truth of the matter is we all have our beliefs about what afterlife is and everything, but who knows? Maybe we reincarnate and it's just a continual cycle. It's possible. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think reincarnation is a possibility. It's like the themes of reincarnation appear in so many different belief systems. So I think that lends credence to it. That's all.
The following video comes from Isabel Riley. The video she's made shows this evidence, which was captured by her boss, who later shared it with her. According to her boss, he was at a restaurant in New Orleans known as Antoine's. Now at this restaurant, there's a huge wine cellar with hundreds, if not thousands of wine bottles worth millions. So, out of curiosity, he checks it out. But if only he knew what was down there, he wouldn't have gone. While being in the cellar, he snaps a couple of photos, some of which show the owner of the restaurant who is giving him a tour. In one photo, we see the restaurant owner on his laptop, who apparently was placing bids for more wines during an online auction. The boss takes a few more photos and then leaves the restaurant before calling it a day. The next morning, he's on his phone looking at his camera roll when he notices something odd in one of the pictures that he took. Isabel presents those images. Take a look.
So this is the first picture that he showed me from the wine cellar. You can see this guy who is on his laptop at auction doing whatever. And here is the next picture that he took.
What the hell?
So we all see that. That is a full body apparition. It looks like a woman in this like black Victorian dress. And when I was showed this, I genuinely had full body chills. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this, and I need to not be alone in seeing this because holy.
Unlike anything Isabel has ever seen, a seemingly full-bodied apparition appears clear as day in the pic. A cursed image is what some believe this might be. Others, however, have no idea what was captured. If only two people had been in the cellar, then who was the third person? And why do they appear to be dressed in clothes that seem to have come from the 1800s? They, or it, were nowhere in sight when the photo was taken. It's for this reason that Isabel's boss is certain that something ghostly was caught.
What the heck? Oh, that's creepy. I feel like I have seen those photos in the past, but man, I kind of forget, you know, start to forget about a lot of this. You can like make out her eyes, and at points, I don't know if it was like something changing in the video or something, but at points I could like make out a really creepy smile on her face, which is really weird. Also kind of, it looks like she's like, her arm like this. So weird. And her hair's up in a bun. If you know, you know. Real quick, I did want to say a special thank you because I just finished yesterday's live stream, which as of the time I'm filming this was today's live stream, but whatever. Because I did get confused and didn't notice that both She-Wolf and Snowy donated in the chat, and I thought I had read it wrong and like, whatever. But thank you to both of you. You're both huge supporters of my channel, and I really appreciate you. So I wanted to say thanks, make sure I didn't go unnoticed, that I did notice that you both donated, so thank you both. Appreciate you so much. All right, let's jump back into some more stuff. Haunting moment disturbs homeowner.
While spending the night inside an Airbnb, two friends get something on camera that they can't seem to explain. The person recording this is known as Emma Jean, and the reason why she's filming is because it was just then that her dog Rosie started acting up. Either someone or something was nearby, causing her to bark like crazy. Or at least that's what Emma thought. Now this was strange, as Emma states that Rosie has always been a quiet dog. Unlike most dogs of the same breed, Rosie is best described as being mellow. But as shown in the following clip, she was not her usual self.
Is there a ghost? Is there a ghost? Yeah. Yeah? What is this first? Where's the ghost? Right there? Where? Where is it? She's staring at her. Oh my God.
Confused as to what she was barking at, Emma jokingly implies that she's barking at a ghost. Although entertained by this notion, it's what happens next that leaves Emma and her friend completely spooked. Watch.
What the fuck?
For just a moment, a mysterious shadow appears on camera before disappearing from sight. As the camera pans around the space, nothing is seen close by to explain the strange shadow. Aside from its odd appearance, Emma further adds that this cryptic silhouette seemingly reaches out for Rosie. It happens real fast, but if you slow the footage, you'll see what many viewers have noted. Its rapid movement and Rosie's reaction to it have led some to believe that this might have been the spirit of a cat who passed away inside this Airbnb. But regardless of whatever this might have been, Emma was definitely shaken up by the sudden appearance of this mysterious shadow that is yet to be identified.
Because if you look, like, okay, first of all, okay, both of those pieces of paper are covered with a leash, which means they shouldn't be flying around. But the shadow does look like a piece of paper. Oh. It's this edge of the corner of the paper is like flipping up from the dog running past. And that paper flies up, and the light must be a lamp that they have lighting that room right now. It's definitely weird how the dog is acting, I'll give it that. But yeah, the shadow I don't think is anything. But maybe they were just hitting those Jack Daniels Fruity Tooty drinks a little too hard, you know? Does everybody just make a wine cooler now? Is that the new thing? All the alcohol companies? I don't really drink that much, so I don't really get into those, but what else did I want to say? Oh, also, my great-grandpa had a dog like this named Rosie. Looked just like that. It was a mean little thing. But I will say, I mean, hey, it's weird when your dog starts acting weird and looking at stuff that's not there. Y'all should burn some sage or something, but yeah, I don't think the shadow was anything. I think that was just that piece of paper.
Here's some creepy photos to help you sleep tonight. This first sequence of photos was sent to me by a viewer that wants to remain anonymous. It was taken at the restaurant he works at. This first photo is of the dining room. He said he's witnessed a lot of paranormal activity at work. And this is the second photo he sent me straight from his phone. So one night he was walking around taking photos and videos and he captured this. The apparition in the photo actually looks like it's wearing a Victorian style nightshirt. And you can see it a little bit more clear when I enhance the photo right here. You can even see the pleat where the buttons would be.
Looks like a reflection from a mirror. The next photo I'm going to show you was taken at Christmas
time in the early 2000s. Both girls look very ecstatic in different ways for Christmas time.
Ugh.
But when reviewing the photo as adults, they realize that there is something lingering in the background. What looks like a creepy face with glowing red eyes and a large smile is sitting right behind them. It almost looks like it's enjoying Christmas just as much as they are. In this photo, two friends were out in a parking lot and one ran over to pet a stray cat. The other friend decided to snap a photo of the friend being goofy and caught two apparitions in the process. It actually looks like an apparition of a cat and a small child. Don't forget to like and follow.
Yeah, I don't know about that last one. The second one was definitely creepy. The first one, I mean, I don't see a mirror anywhere that it would have been. But I would love to get a look around this place and know what it is. Because it looks like a mirror reflection that happens when you take a picture with flash. That's what that looks like to me. And that's what I'm going to believe it is, because I don't want to think about the other possibilities. Oh, yeah. I've been hearing rumors about this.
Oh, my. Y'all, get into this crazy story. I promise y'all, it's finna be making headlines very soon. I'ma jump right into it. It is being alleged that Jamie Foxx was poisoned by Diddy. Everybody remember when Jamie Foxx went into a coma, right? We all was speculating that it was some foul play involved with that shit. But now, Jamie Foxx was just doing his comedy show where he talked about Diddy poisoning him. When the fans reacted and laughed as it was a joke, he looked dead serious at them with a straight face and was like, no joke. This is all alleged. So TikTok, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying Diddy did anything like that. I'm just letting y'all know that people that went to the show have confirmed this. Y'all need to stay tuned, because when this show come out, everybody gonna be like, what the fuck? So if you want to stay updated, you know what to do. Hit that follow button, share this, like this video, and I'm gone.
This guy is Zay Reacts on TikTok. Z-A-E Reacts on TikTok. Yeah, and he's exactly right, dude. This story is just getting started. I personally don't think Jamie Foxx is going to make it to 2025. I hope he does. I hope he squeals and names a lot of names and lives the rest of his life for the next 40 years or whatever in prison. I hope so. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's got too much dirt on too many people. Very powerful people. Because nobody wants dirt on not powerful people. You only get dirt on powerful people. That's all that matters, you know? If you missed me talking about it in the live stream on Monday, I talked about it briefly at the end of the live stream. But new accusations have come out about Diddy. They're, as expected, not good. I'm just going to read you some stuff here real quick. This is from Colin Rugg on Twitter, and he's just reporting something he saw from somewhere else. But Sean Diddy Combs is accused of essaying a 13-year-old girl while two celebrities watched at a VMA's after party. The girl was dropped off by a friend at Music Hall in NYC before being noticed by a man who claimed to be Diddy's limo driver. The limo driver allegedly told the girl that Diddy liked younger girls and that she fit what Diddy was looking for. The incident allegedly happened in the year 2000, and the girl was forced to sign an NDA. Later on in the evening, the girl was taken to Diddy by the driver. She was given a drink at the after party and began feeling woozy. She went into a room to lie down, but did not lock the door. According to the lawsuit, Diddy eventually entered the room with two celebrities, one a man and one a woman. Celebrity A held the girl down and essayed her while Combs and Celebrity B, a female, watched. After Celebrity A was done, Combs essayed the girl while the other two celebrities watched. This is the end of it, and this is the only good part. Combs then allegedly tried to force the girl to give him, but she struck him in the neck. And I'm not sure what exactly that means, but I hope it hurt. She then wandered around the house with no clothes on until she eventually found an exit. Another fun fact, as of yesterday, the former CEO of Abercrombie Fitch was arrested on sex charges. Fun fact. Actually, I should double check that, actually. All right. Just wanted to confirm before I made this claim that I saw somewhere else. But yeah, as of yesterday, Mike Jeffries, former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister, along with his partner and one other man, were all arrested on sex trafficking charges and allegedly used their power at the helm of Abercrombie & Fitch to host these parties, very similar to Diddy. The fun fact I wanted to get to... So Abercrombie & Fitch is a very old company. It dates back to 1892, actually. So it's been around for a minute. And it used to be like an outdoorsman type of store. They made outdoorsman like bags and clothes and stuff like that. And it's had a few different iterations over the years. It basically failed in the 70s. They filed for bankruptcy in 1977. In 76, they filed for bankruptcy. And the company closed its flagship store on Madison Avenue and East 45th Street in New York in 1977. So then they were bought by Oshman's Sporting Goods, a Houston-based retail chain, in 1978. So the brand survived. In 1988, 10 years later, Oshman sold the brand and its operations to Columbus, Ohio-based The Limited, parent company of several retail clothing chains, including Victoria's Secret, aka Lex Wexner, who we've definitely talked about on this channel before. who, as I assume you are all aware at this point, was the main financier of Jeffrey Epstein. Helped Jeffrey Epstein get his into the rich world. So I don't know, just an interesting little connection there. I don't know. Odd, right? Sure, it's just another coincidence. I'm telling you, man, all this shit's connected. Also, just one thing to point out. That happened in the year 2000. Just another, I don't know, coincidence. Diddy and J-Lo were dating from 1999 to 2001. I don't know. Female celebrity B, male celebrity A. Who could that be?
Yeah. I thought somebody was watching me. Don't that look like an eyeball?
Oh, yeah, it does.
I thought somebody was watching me, y'all. Y'all can hear that how I'm breathing. Like, this shit it scared me. Look at that. That look like someone watching.
Whoa.
It's not throat. That's some damn nails, y'all. Are they?
Oh. His eyes doing the thing my eyes do.
I thought somebody was watching me.
Man, at first, honestly, I thought about using this as a palate cleanser because I thought it was just gonna be funny. I didn't know it was gonna blink at the end. So I was like, there's obviously nobody with their face in a freaking toilet paper stall. Or, yeah, toilet paper holder, whatever. Why do they blink though? Ugh. I don't like that it did the eye thing that I do sometimes. Yeah, definitely creepy. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll start adding horror history lessons. That might be fun. The true story behind Scream. I thought this might be interesting. I didn't even know there was a true story behind Scream. I'm curious what this is.
Most people have seen the movie Scream, and if you haven't seen it, you've at least heard of it or would at least recognize the iconic Scream mask. But not everybody knows that that movie was based on real murders. Welcome back for more spooky facts. I'm going to be spending the whole month of October doing scary stories and spooky history. This actually surprises a lot of people because Scream has a lot of humor to it, and it really subverts the typical horror movie, or at least it did when it first came out. It's now over 20 years old, where it wasn't just about like sheer terror. There was also funny moments, even in like the macabre horror of it all. Like quotes saying like, "I'm going to gut you like a fish," and like the calls coming from inside the house. You know, things like that. People really clung to it. Had a lot of cultural significance at the time. But the actual murders that inspired the story are incredibly gruesome and truly terrifying. And so when the writers were exposed to the story in the news, they couldn't help but feel that it was incredibly cinematic. And so before they even applied the comedic undertones to the script, they knew that this narrative was incredibly motivating. On August 25th, 1990, the first murder occurred. The victims were two women named Sanja Larson and Christine Powell. On Saturday, the victim was Krista Hoyt, and on Monday, it was two roommates, Tracy Pauls and Minnie Tabata. Trigger warning before I say this next part, because the bodies were mutilated, and I'm just going to touch on it briefly, but you might not want to hear that. All of the bodies were mutilated in some way, shape, or form, and a knife was used every single time, never a gun, never any other weapon. But Hoyt's body was the most notable mutilation. She was sort of propped up on her bed, like bent over, and her areolas had been sliced off. She had also been decapitated, and her head had been placed on a shelf next to the bed. Obviously, the gruesome nature of these murders and the quick succession with which it was escalating created a sort of outright panic in Florida. Students at Florida University were reportedly sleeping with weapons in their dorm rooms or under their pillows out of fear that they would be the next victim. The mass panic that sort of ensued at the university makes a lot of sense when you consider that it was fall. A lot of these kids are leaving their parents' homes for the first time in their lives to live somewhere else, and 4 of the victims were actually students from the university. Something that all of the victims had in common was they were living off campus, but they were living in sort of like lower income off campus housing. Most people came to the conclusion that it's entirely possible that the goal was just to kill university students, and because it was a common area for university students to live, the killer wouldn't really know the difference between the victims who were and weren't enrolled. And an interesting cultural and political context at the time is that Florida had actually just sentenced Ted Bundy to death via electric chair, so people had faith that like, yes, were this serial killer to be caught, justice would be served. Bundy and this killer had at least one commonality of both killing university students. However, the anxiety came from the question of, is this person going to be caught? And crime fighters and psychologists all were in agreement that the composition of these murders, the brutality of them, was definitely intended to strike fear. So a mass panic was exactly what this killer wanted. The press was constantly covering it. There were rumors circulating every hour, every day. The story of the decapitation element had been leaked, and so people were talking about that essentially nonstop, even though it hadn't been openly confirmed yet. But after the killings that happened on Monday, after Paula and Tabata, the killings suddenly stopped, and investigators were confused. Because looking at the sequence of these murders, it seemed that it was going to continue, if not become a bigger problem, until this person was caught. So what changed? The Gainesville killer is what investigators like to call a marauder, because they operated in a very specific geographical area. Some marauders do that because they're really lazy, and they just commit their crimes close to home. Other people do it because they want to terrorize a specific community. And then some people do it to throw people off the trail, make them think that they have some sort of vested interest in that area, when in reality it's kind of random. Then suddenly, after only a few days, the murders stopped. Why did they stop? Because most people have seen the movie Scream, and if you have—
Motherfucker, I hate it when they do that. Alright, I got part 2.
Why did they stop? Because the police had a suspect and they had taken him into custody, and magically when he was in custody, the murders were no longer committed. This obviously backed up the hunch that they were already going off of. It was an 18-year-old Florida University student named Edward Lee Humphrey who lived in the same apartment complex as the last two victims. And not only that, he had a propensity towards violence. He had been arrested for beating up and assaulting his grandmother. And he had a personal connection to the victims, at least the final two, because he notably and publicly had a huge crush on Paulus. And he would actually wait out by the apartment complex's pool, stare at her. People said that he was falling over himself to get her attention. And he was actually in custody before the police suspected him. That's what led them to suspect him. He was in custody from assaulting his grandmother. So they decided not to give him bail and to hold him, which became suspicious to him at a certain point because most assault perpetrators wouldn't be held that long. The reason they were able to do this is because they were attempting to eliminate him as a suspect, because if they were holding him for an extended period of time and then the murders start again, obviously it's either not him or he has a partner of some sort. But if the murders never happen again while he's held, that makes a compelling case that he could very well be a primary suspect. And that might sound reasonable, but at the time, people actually really were not supportive of that choice. They felt like this guy is obviously suffering from some sort of mental illness. That's why he beat up his grandmother. This is actually incredibly unjust. You're putting mental illness on trial. You're not actually searching for the real killer. You're just looking for a scapegoat, and you have this mentally ill kid already in custody, so it's easy for you. People were actually slandering this investigation, even though reality is often unpredictable and doesn't fall victim to the same rules as cinema's storytelling. There is actually one rule, one motif that actually ended up being true in this case in real life, which is that the obvious creepy guy that you first suspect when you're watching a horror movie is never really the killer. And that was the case here. Humphrey ended up being transferred to a state medical facility so that he could treat his mental illness, after the police came to the conclusion that it was unlikely that it was him. Then they started to suspect a 36-year-old man named Danny Rolling, who was also in custody at the same time, which would make it impossible for him to continue his killing spree. He was actually on the run after shooting his father in the head twice. His father miraculously lived. He lost an ear and an eye, but he was still kicking. He had a decorated criminal past, actually being held for armed robbery at the time. His friends and family were like, yeah, he's a fuck up, but we don't think that he did this. The police disagreed. He was actually already suspected for having killed 3 people the year prior, and they were trying to pin him down for that. Julie Grissom, her father, and her son were the victims, and they had also all been stabbed to death. He had been taken into custody for his other crimes the day after the final murder of the Florida University student. So the police moved forward with Rolling as their guy. However, it actually never go on trial for the Gainesville murders in particular, because they were already trying him for all his other crimes. And the first day of the hearing, he just confessed to everything. And he had committed so many crimes that it just piled up so much that there was no hearing. It was just cut and dry. It was just done. So we never even really got a full motive. We know, based on like audio recordings he had made of himself and testimonies of other people, that he was incredibly unstable and a very theatrical person. Some people speculated that he might have been trying to recreate some of his favorite horror movies. So in this case, life imitates art, and then art imitates life. The movie that most people think inspired these murders was actually The Exorcist 3, which was a box office failure. So kind of an odd choice, but you know, not the most stable guy. And then Scream went on to become a huge commercial success. So after confessing to everything, the jury sentenced him to death. When the judge asked him to explain himself, he went on a monologue, which can basically be surmised in one quote from him. There's so much I'd like to say. However, I feel that whatever I might like to say would just be overshadowed by all of the suffering I have caused. I am not a keeper of time, only a small part of history and the legacy of man's fall from grace. I am sorry, Your Honor. So his inspiration was a failure, his crimes were atrocious, and then the film that was based off of his crimes was a huge hit. Why did they stop? Box office failure. So kind of an odd choice, but you know, not the most stable guy. And then Scream went on to become a huge commercial success. So after confessing...
Well, dang, I didn't expect that to be so long, but hey, there you go. Yeah, that was... what was her name? Daisy Foko on TikTok. Daisy Foko on TikTok. That was a great video. I also, while that was playing, I also was reading the Wikipedia a little bit and about the movie Scream and the Gainesville Ripper and everything. And I didn't know that the original title for Scream was Scary Movie. So the movie that ripped off Scream took the original title that they were going to use. It's really funny. Yeah, I never knew that that was based on anything true. Yeah, Scream is a legendary movie, obviously. It like revived the horror genre back in the 90s. And it's also, I never realized how meta the Scream universe gets, because they're eventually making a movie about the killings that are happening in the first Scream. Or is that in the first movie? I think they're making the movie about the killings that are happening. Yeah. And I never realized how meta that was. That's crazy. Oh, we're gonna need a really good palate cleanser after that. And now a palate cleanser. Or maybe 2. We'll see.
I can't reach it.
Okay, I saw you coming.
Shout out to the parent for dressing up as Patrick.
I can't reach it.
Patrick's just chilling back there. That's so funny to be out of that. That's good. And this next one.
911, what's your emergency?
This is a classic.
Once again, I'm babysitting.
It's all right. We're going to send someone over. What happened?
We were playing hide and seek, and I've been seeking for like 3 hours. I can't keep seeking.
You're sure you checked the whole house?
Yes, but he's not normal. Connor went to magic camp.
What does that mean?
It's an illusionist camp. They like escape stuff and eat coins.
Have you checked outside?
You don't understand. Last week he made me pick a card and a bird flew out of my mouth. He doesn't own a bird. Where did that bird come from?
Okay.
Oh, no. His parents are pulling in.
Maybe they know where he's hiding.
I'm not going to to college. Oh my God, am I going to go to jail? Connor!
Ma'am?
You in the fucking freezer? How do you breathe in there? It literally can't.
911.
Illusion. That was definitely me as a kid. I totally did magic tricks as a kid. I wish I remembered some of them. But there you have it, folks. That is day 23 of TikToktober in the books. We did it. We done it. We're doing it some more. Hey, if you liked the video, I'd appreciate it if you could show me and drop a like for me, because that's how that works. I did just receive a mysterious message from the Men in Black, and they said if this video doesn't receive enough likes, that they're going to erase my memory of every UFO sighting I've ever covered. Help me stay sharp and my memory is intact. Hit that like button for me. I do have a bunch of links in the description of this video. If you click on any of them and buy anything or subscribe to anything, then I'll get a small commission. It's just another way to support the channel. You can also check out the Patreon that's down there. It's only 99 cents a month, so come say hi to the gym crew. But if not, that's okay. I just appreciate you being here and watching on YouTube. We were at 70% of the people watching my videos not subscribed. We got that down to about 65%, but let's lower it even more. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a future video or live stream. Speaking of live streams, if you missed those, you can go check them out in the TikToktober playlist. They're day 21 and 22. Or you can just go to the live tab on my channel, or it's also in the live streams playlist. I think they're both about an hour and a half or so long, so it's just more content, but also me talking to the chat. I think I will be doing gaming streams on Twitch from now on. The gaming streams are something you're looking for. I'm probably gonna start doing those over on Twitch just because it's a better streaming platform for games. Sorry, YouTube. Love you, everything about you. And I think that's all I got. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. So until next time, stay creepy.